Season's greetings. Happy holidays. Welcome, thank you for joining us. It's a very special Christmas edition. Ernie Johnson of 2K Sports here with the always jolly Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith,
Merry
who's
Christmas
also
to you, man.
relatively jolly. Yeah,
Do you have my gift?
Maybe I do have. Did I get the gift that you sent me, or do I have a gift for you?
Either or.
No, neither.
Well, I'll get you two of those.
We have a song for you, Ernie.
What's that?
Hit the beat, Kenny. Ho, ho, ho. Open up your door. It's Santa Claus, and guess what, y'all? I got something to show. That's it.
The action tonight will be happening out in Los Angeles, where the Clippers will be going up against the Dallas Mavericks. For Dallas, they've taken a little bit of a dip this season after an excellent finish last year. Fifth place in the East isn't the worst spot to be in right now, but it's a little below where we thought they'd be. And with a few moments here, we've seen a lot of coaching turnover. When you played, Shaq, what did you like in a coach, and what set the good ones apart?
Well, my coach had to be a triple OC. He had to be over calm, over cool, over collective. Especially with all the media whirlwind in L.A., Phil Jackson is that guy. He kept things cool and collected in the locker room. He was a triple OC.
Triple OC, almost like a triple OG. But I'll tell you, great coaches have great relationships with their players. And those relationships go far beyond basketball. Most great coaches would talk to you 20% basketball, 80% life.
Triple OC, 80-20. Good stuff. Good stuff. Happy to be here with you two guys. It's very deep. Kevin Harlan, take it away.
Thanks, homie.
It's the home of the Clippers here in Los Angeles as 2K Sports presents our action live from the Staples Center. Last outing for the Clippers, they won that game against the Jazz in Utah. And kind of a close game, only a 4-point win, but a win nonetheless.
And if you look at the numbers, guys, what jumps out at you is the balance they had offensively.
Very satisfying road win because you're right. There was tremendous balance displayed. The crowd was basically stunned at how they were able to dismantle that defense.
And it's the Mavericks to start out. So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Hill is out there with Victor Oladipo. And it's Taj Gibson. And it's LeBron James. And it's Duncan, and it's a 5 spot. Duncan, a screen. Hill kicks to Gibson. Shot clock at 5. Offensive rebound. Duncan with the bucket. Duncan's got the game going with his first points of the game for Dallas.
I like that, getting their offense started with a high-quality look down low.
Yeah, high percentage shot, and the more points you can get inside, I think the better off they'll be as the game progresses.
Space. No good on the back of the rim. On defense, the Clippers. The drive by LeBron. And Gibson kicks to Duncan. Gibson setting the pick for Oladipo. Another miss by Oladipo. Outside Leonard, right wing. It's Curry outside. No good. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. The Mavericks on top, leading by just 2. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And Tim Duncan closing in on 2 decades in the league. He talked about his continued love of the game.
The games are my solace. I enjoy playing the games. I enjoy the competition. I enjoy the chess match. I enjoy the physical play. I enjoy that part of it. So being on the floor, being able to compete at that level.
Duncan breaking down his role for the game and what keeps him and going, not just playing, but still enjoying it at his age.
Man, it's phenomenal to see because Tim Duncan doesn't usually get too introspective with us. Anybody that plays this game knows exactly what he's talking about. And at the level he's competing currently, I don't see him going anywhere anytime soon, that's for sure.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
It's all about their defense. They have just done a terrific job of negating the timing and spacing of their opponent.
Every shot is challenged and challenged well.
On the court for Dallas here in the second, LeBron James is out there with Scope. Then there's Festus Ezeli, and it's Kilpatrick in at the 2-guard.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
And it's a defensive 3-second violation. The Mavericks shooting their first free throw tonight. Here's LeBron. With 1 on the clock. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Mavericks lead by 1. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. Well, Doc, as we get into the second half, what do you expect to see from this offense you're facing tonight?
Well, they're moving the ball. They're just playing to the hot hand, and we got to expect that. So let's not let anyone get hot. That would be nice.
Coach, thank you for the time. Gentlemen, back to you.
Thanks so much, Doris, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back in there for the start of the third quarter after this break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny, the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be looking back at the game's first half. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point lead. They were outscored by just a bit in the second quarter as they go into the break now holding just a 1-point advantage. And Kenny, what are your thoughts on how Dallas played?
Well, they didn't let this hostile crowd bother them at all. In fact, they seemed to feed off of that hostility. Plus, sometimes when you're away from home, those distractions, your family, your friends, your fans, you can concentrate better. Okay, wait, did I just say my family, friends, and fans are distractions? Okay, let's go to the next thing. Let's go.
And over to Shaq. Now your take on the Clippers.
Well, they need to be more aggressive. They got to take the ball inside. See, scoring inside the NBA is like running in football. You're taking control of the game physically. Sure, you need good perimeter play and spacing on the floor, but hey, you got to get it into the big man, Ernie.
All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report as it's just about time for the start of the third quarter.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game.
Boy, Doc Rivers keeps on leading his teams to successful seasons. A former coach of the year rarely has a season where his team doesn't meet expectations.
Here's Los Angeles now. It's a one-point game. Our second half of basketball is presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. Taking a look at Los Angeles, we've got Kawhi Leonard, Maurice Speights out there with Bargnani. Then it's Curry, and it's Barea in at the 1 spot.
Well, you know that Kawhi Leonard has an incredible reach with his arms, but even his hands are just massive, measured at 10 inches long and 11 inches wide. Wow.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. Well, to give some perspective on Leonard's hand size that Greg was talking about, Clark, those measurements, 11 by 10, are what you typically would find on 7-footers. Well, this kid's 6'6", 6'7".
Yeah, and I'm 6'9", and I'm about 9 by 7, okay?
Huh.
So that just lets you know. The only other hands comparable to that, Dr. J.
Ooh, huge. Big change last year for the Mavs came when they traded for Rajon Rondo. It looked to be the missing piece for him, Clark, but boy, it just never seemed to come together.
You just don't know. Trades are always risky. You don't know how they're going to work out. And I give credit to ownership for talking to the players to see what they thought about the trade before they actually made the deal.
Outside Curry. Leonard on the wing. Speights sets a screen. Takes a shot at the elbow, and that's good from Bargnani on the assist by Leonard.
I love that plan. Set up the opportunity for the mismatch.
Yeah, knowing they have to get a bucket here and exploiting the height advantage where they can find it, well, that's a no-brainer to me.
And here is James. And he makes good on the layup. James has got 4 points this quarter.
Nice move and finish. I think the halftime break really gave him a second move.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. It's Dallas. They lead by 1. And we're just moments away from the start of the 4th quarter. Stay with us. We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The 4th quarter of action getting started. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Taj Gibson is out there with LeBron James. Then there's Victor Oladipo. Then there's Festus Ezeli. Here's Ezeli. Buries it.
Oh, that's the shot of the game.
Well, he was fearless enough to get it up and down, and it paid off for him. Find out what Doris Burke has for us.